Some insider leaks have revealed what we could potentially see in just a few weeks from now, next month at E3 from Xbox and Microsoft regarding the next Xbox console. We'll check all that and more in today's video. Here we go, back at it yet again with another video. G'day guys, I'm Champ Chong. If you end up enjoying the video, as always, make sure you just smack that like button real good. But anyway, we've got a lot to talk about in today's video because, as you know, E3 is just around the corner. It's a couple of weeks away, essentially. It's at the beginning of June, and Microsoft is going to be there, unlike Sony. Yep, that's right. If you don't know already, Sony and PlayStation will not be there this year. However, Microsoft will be there with their regular E3 show with the big press conference and everything, and it's going to be exciting. Now, there are some leaks, some insider information. We're going to get into all that in today's video, so let's jump right into it. If you're unaware, Microsoft's E3 press conference will be on June 9th, so make sure you have that date set. For us Australians, that's probably going to be June 10th because of the time difference. But the big thing is, some leaks have come out of what we could be potentially seeing at Microsoft's E3 show regarding the next Xbox console, Halo, xCloud, a whole lot more other stuff, and we are talking about all that in today's video, and the main thing being the next Xbox console. So, as we know, Microsoft hasn't really said much regarding the Xbox Scarlett consoles. Essentially, there are going to be multiple consoles. There's going to be like a different setting for each kind of consumer out there. But through the insider known as Browdryer on NeoGAF, he revealed that Microsoft will use the E3 presentation to make the first formal announcement of its next-gen console, the next Xbox. However, the leaks also state that it won't be a full reveal. Instead, Microsoft will just simply confirm the console is happening and detail its basic specs, similar to what we've actually seen with PlayStation and Sony regarding the PlayStation 5. And it's actually cool that they're doing this. They're kind of giving us little bits by bits, not just going all out with it. So in a few weeks from now, what we will know is some basic specs of the console, basically things like the RAM, the bandwidth, the CPU, and that it will be using a solid state drive instead of the regular hard drives. And then on top of that, we'll know about ray tracing and a bunch of other stuff, but we won't actually know what the console itself looks like unless Microsoft completely change their plans for E3 from what we've heard from these leaks so far. But that would be actually amazing if they actually showed us what the console ends up looking like. But then again, we don't want a VCR looking console like we saw with the original Xbox One, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be tight-lipped and pretty secretive about the final design of the console. But anyway, so what we essentially know so far about this console is that SSDs will replace the hard drives that we currently have. It's essentially just going to make everything a whole lot faster for getting games to load, all the way to storage. It's all just going to be a lot better, a lot quicker, and it's just going to be a better experience for us all. On top of that, Microsoft are also still looking into the two variants of a next-gen Xbox console. Essentially, we'll get one where it's a lot more powerful than the other, kind of like a PS4 and a PS4 Pro, or an Xbox One and Xbox One X. So one will be known as the Xbox Anaconda, that's just a code name, and another code name for the other one, which we're not sure which one's more powerful, but the other one will be known as the Xbox Lockhart. Actually, my bad, the Lockhart will be the more budget console, and then the Anaconda will be like the more powerful mainstream console. Now, another thing that Microsoft will be revealing more of at E3, which they've actually already talked about, and they actually revealed some stuff today, is the xCloud. So if you don't know what xCloud is, it's a game streaming technology coming from Microsoft, and last year they showed it off at E3 a little bit. Like, they basically just hinted at it, and they've kind of been hinting little bit by bit, as they seem to be doing now. And we are getting more and more information regarding this, and we'll probably get a tech demo of sorts at E3 this year from Microsoft. The really interesting thing is that Xbox revealed on the Xbox Wire today, like literally today, more information regarding how it's all going to work, what it's going to run on, and just a lot more interesting stuff regarding that matter. So there are currently more than 1,900 games in development for the Xbox One, and then all of them can run on the Project X Cloud, which is really awesome. So that's going to be a big part of the next-gen systems. We're probably going to see a lot more coming through PlayStation side of things too, hence the relationship that they're trying to build, Sony and Microsoft, right now, that we saw about a week or so ago in the news. But yeah, it's really cool that they are revealing more. So if you want to read more about the Project X Cloud right now, I'll link that in the description for you guys. Now, moving on to the next thing we'll see at E3 from Microsoft and Xbox is the games. Obviously, we need games to play on these systems, on the network. We need the games. So these are the games that will most likely be seen at E3 from Xbox. And you can see the list right here. You've got Halo Infinite, so a new trailer, and then a 2020 release date to be announced. This is according to these leaks. Then on top of that, you've got Gears 5, so there'll be a full gameplay reveal according to the leaks and an on-stage demo. And then there's going to be some single player and multiplayer gameplay and a release date, which will be announced at E3. Gears Tactics will get a new trailer and a 2019 release date for PC. Ori and the Will of the Wisps will also get a new trailer and a 2019 release date. Then you've got a bunch of other games on this list that you guys can see. You've got Bleeding Edge, a teaser trailer with a 2020 release date, The Outer Worlds new gameplay trailer and a release date, which we don't know what year for though. A big game on this list is Cyberpunk 2077. We'll get a new gameplay trailer, an update on the development progress, and a targeted release date. So we won't know exactly when this game is coming out, but it's going to be awesome that we even get anything according to these leaks with Cyberpunk 2077, because it is a huge game that everyone seems to be hyped for. To round out the list down here, you've also got Age of Empires 4, you've got a new Fable game, which will have a teaser trailer with potential 2021 release date, so it's actually a couple of years away, and that might even get delayed further on. And then you've got Sea of Thieves getting probably some new stuff, some new DLC, some new expansions, and that's going to be pretty cool with a new teaser trailer. And finally, Battletoads, a full gameplay demonstration and a 2019 release date. Now, this is all according to these leaks that are on NeoGAF. Now, what I will say, to be honest, is that we'll probably see more than what's actually listed here, with the games especially. We'll probably get brand new games we've never heard of, especially compared to last year where Microsoft decided to purchase and acquire quite a lot of indie game studios and a lot of different game studios and bring them into the Xbox family. And that would actually lend itself to potentially more updates and more development time for these new companies that are under the Xbox banner now. So it's going to be interesting to see what they've done in the past year, what they've been doing the past few years, and now with the help of Xbox and Microsoft over the past year since the last E3 showing. I'm estimating somewhere between 3 to 5 brand new titles to be announced that are pretty big, but maybe only one or maybe just 2, if we're lucky, to be true big blockbusters on the size of like Halo and Uncharted and all those games, you know, those big titles that are exclusive to consoles. So we won't see anything too huge, but maybe potentially we will. But then again, we've got games like Gears 5 getting trailers and gameplay demonstrations. Then you've got a trailer and a release date for Halo Infinite. So it is exciting times for Microsoft and this year's E3. One other thing to point out is that there will most likely be the announcement for the game that's coming from Software. That's their name, From Software. And they're working together with George R.R. Martin, the guy behind Game of Thrones, the guy who wrote it all, the books. And they've actually been putting together a game, and that's most likely going to be revealed at E3 at the Xbox press conference. So that's pretty exciting right there, especially if George is quite like influential in the planning of this game. Now, these are all things that are most likely going to happen according to these leaks, but one thing that a lot of people are speculating is actually something that I don't necessarily see happening, but it would be awesome and it will blow my mind if they do this, is Xbox VR. I don't know how likely this. I just don't really know if it'll happen, and I don't have high hopes for it, so I'm not going to get my hopes up for it. But Xbox VR would be pretty awesome if they do reveal it. Now, obviously, Microsoft have HoloLens, and they're doing things along that line on the PC end of things, but Microsoft going along with Xbox's VR would be pretty cool if they actually brought that together and they made it a thing. So I'm excited to see what they do there, but I'm not going to get my hopes up again. So yeah, we're just going to have to sit and wait on that. But speaking of VR, we do have some more gaming news, and this is more on the PlayStation side of things. Hell, it's all PlayStation from this part of the video, because we've got final news report here. It's regarding next-gen in VR with the PlayStation 5. I was going to make this a separate video, and I might still do it and go more in depth depending on how much information we do get from Sony, from the leaks and everything like that, from the inside sources. But Sony actually has VR plans for the PlayStation 5, and it's going to be a completely new virtual reality headset. According to these inside sources, this brand new virtual reality headset from PlayStation will be wireless and it's going to be lighter, and on top of that there will be eye tracking, which is going to be interesting. And another thing to note down is that new controllers will most likely be implemented rather than the Move controllers that have been around since the PlayStation 3. Something a lot more I guess, original and something different and a lot more updated. I'm definitely interested to see where PlayStation go with this. It's an interesting time, especially since they do have the current headset out, and it's pretty good. Obviously, it's nowhere near as good as what you can get on PC with mixed reality headsets, and even just you look at the brand new Vive, which is amazing. Anyway, guys, that does it for today's video. Hopefully you ended up enjoying it, and if you did, please smack the like button, and if you're a brand new viewer, make sure you click the subscribe button with the notification bell on. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to go now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.